we got this young brother right here, right? And his name is Darius Miles. Oh, we gon' take our time and we gonna slow cook today because I know y'all ain't heard me live streaming a little bit, and you thought that you was safe because we haven't live streamed, and it's kind of like your parents ain't looking in your bedroom, and so you just gonna let the clothes continue to pile up. But we gonna go ahead and get all of the clothes removed. We gonna vacuum the floor, and we gonna make sure it's spick and span in here. We got a young man by the name of Darius Miles. Let's go ahead and jump into what it is that he got going on, ladies and gentlemen.
Hours after head coach Kirby Smart and the University of Georgia football team celebrated a back-to-back national championship,
we're saddened to hear that death and grief has visited the University of Georgia football team.
UGA player Devin Willock was killed in a single-vehicle crash early Sunday morning. Hours before his death, Willock let a 7-year-old named Camden Gonzalez wear his championship ring while at an Athens restaurant.
It's just heartbreaking coming off of a celebratory week. The entire Bulldog Nation is at a loss, and I can't imagine what his family's going through.
I'm reading super chats throughout the show.
Chandler LaCroix, who was driving the vehicle, also died in the crash, according to police. 2 other passengers in the car were hospitalized. One stayed over at the University of Alabama. Basketball player Darius Miles is one of 2 people arrested Sunday and charged with murder in connection with a shooting near campus that left a 23-year-old dead, according to Tuscaloosa law enforcement.
This young man had his whole life ahead of him. This young man had his whole life ahead of him. Basketball star. Supposed to be at the top of the food chain. University of Alabama basketball team player, scholarship, whole life ahead of him, going down the drain. He's charged with capital murder. Strong possibility he gonna spend the rest of his natural life in jail. The rest of his natural life in jail.
Authorities say Miles and the other man charged is Michael Lynn Davis.
Now look at his friends. Show me your friends. I'll show you your inner circle on what your life is like. You don't even have to say nothing to me. Show me your friends. I'll show you what your future is going to be and what your life is going to be like. Do you think that even for a moment, come on, y'all, because y'all keep trying to go back to the hood. Y'all got all of this opportunity. Your parents made the sacrifices for you and all of this type of stuff. And you can't leave the hood behind. You can't leave that chick behind. You can't leave the hood behind. You can't do the thing that's in your best interest. Come on, y'all. Do you think that any millionaire, any billionaire, any businessman, any man of integrity, any man that's rocking with the Alpha Juice Company is going to be hanging out with this young fella right here? A man that smiles in a mugshot in which they're being charged with capital murder. Do you think that even for 1 second, that I would be caught hanging around or this man would even be invited to my studio?
At this time, it appears that the only motive to this was a minor altercation that these individuals had with the victim as they were out on the strip.
The only thing that happened was a minor altercation. Somebody was talking, somebody mouthed off, somebody might have stepped on somebody's shoe, nah, homie, whatever, so on and so forth. And now look at what it is that we got to deal with. Now we're facing a situation in which a budding basketball star, University of Alabama guy, is being charged with capital murder. Capital murder. This is MLK's legacy right here. This is what he gave you the option to do, and you now are walking around with a pistol. You shouldn't even have had a pistol in the first place. You are a University of Alabama basketball player that is on a ride, on a scholarship. You're supposed to be studying, staying on campus, not getting yourself in any kind of situation, and removing yourself from all of the riffraff that you grew up around. But you can't stay out the hood for 5 seconds in order to ensure that your future is bright and your kids your unborn kids want to thank you for never being born and being able to add value into this world because you chose to make sure that a minor altercation led to you being charged with capital murder.
The university issued a statement saying Miles is no longer a member of the basketball team.
Let's really break this down, y'all. I want to really mine this out because we need to make examples of a lot of this stuff in order to ensure that this never happens again to the people that we're actually impacting and having a conversation with. Before we do so, let me make sure I acknowledge the super chats. Got my dog Aaron. Aaron says, I just heard a whole sermon. Everybody needs to constantly evaluate our personal impact, be strategic. People need better. People be better. Believe that you can have an impact. Thank you, Aaron, for supporting the platform. And then my dog Clay with the 50 ball says, Happy New Year. Anton, it's been a minute. Back from deployment. Talk to you soon. Talk to you soon, Clay. Welcome home. Welcome to being back into the fold. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the platform with the 50 ball. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody that hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, because I know that you already did. Thank you, everybody, for supporting me and holding me down. Let's continue with the show, ladies and gentlemen. So, this is the moment that it captured opening fire. But before we get into capturing the open fire, and again, I'm reading super chats all throughout the show, ladies and gentlemen. It says, surveillance video caught the moment University of Alabama basketball player Darius Miles allegedly opened fire at a car, killing a 23-year-old passenger and sending bystanders running for their lives. We've become so desensitized to how it is that we're supposed to be moving in our environment that this don't even faze us. This is supposed to be a chilling statement. This is supposed to be a chilling statement. That somebody can open fire. A 23-year-old kid can open fire at a car and kill a 23-year-old passenger. I'm sorry, he's not even 23. He's not even 23. I'm going to show it in a minute. The footage captured two cars driving down the street before the sound of at least 10 shots being fired rang out. Police said after interviewing multiple witnesses and reviewing surveillance footage, they identified college hoopster Miles, Darius Miles, and Michael Lynn Davis, 20, as suspects in the shooting. Now, Michael Lynn Davis is not even on the basketball team. Darius is only 21. He just became old enough to be able to drink. And this dude is opening fire with at least 10 shots into a car and just completely ruining his entire adulthood. Let's continue. Miles and Davis were arrested in a shooting in an area near Tuscaloosa campus known as the Strip. Two suspects were charged with capital murder. Jamia Jonay Harris of Birmingham, 23, was struck by one of the rounds and died. One of the suspects was reportedly injured when someone in her car also opened fire. It's not clear which of the two men was shot. This is the young woman that I guess died. Wow. Look at that pretty little girl. A 23-year-old pretty girl got killed because you was just letting off and ringing shots. She'll never, ever be able to spend another Christmas. Never, ever be able to do another Thanksgiving. Will never be able to celebrate Martin Luther King Day because you wanted to let the shots fly into a car after an altercation. At the time, it appears the only motive was a minor altercation that these individuals had with the victim as they were out on a strip. He said Miles and Harris did not have a previous relationship. Neither Harris nor Davis is affiliated with the university. The 21-year-old suspect appeared to be crying during a perp walk caught. Oh, now you want to cry during a perp walk. Look at this dude. Jesus. He addressed someone standing outside the Tuscaloosa County Jail and said, I love you more than you can imagine. Miles' bio has been deleted, already removed. You don't even exist in society anymore. From the Alabama University Athletic Department's website, first and foremost, we extend our deepest sympathies to the family and the friends of the victims. From last night's incidents, we were made aware of the recent charge against student-athlete Darius Miles, and he is no longer a member of the Alabama men's basketball team. All of them people watching you. Now we're going to watch your trial. The university also released a statement saying its utmost priority is the safety. Yeah, we already know all of that. Let me look at this video really quickly. Then we're going to get straight into the men's thing. 37 seconds. Look, they just started running. That's when the shots apparently is ringing out. Dang. Well, I could tell you this. Nobody is going to remember your name after next year outside of the victims. Nobody is going to remember his name next year outside of the victims. Real talk. And it's unfortunate. So, look at this face. You'll remember it today, and then you'll forget about it tomorrow. This is the face of a young man that had the whole world at his feet and decided to throw it away by aligning himself with a group of people in a mentality that then drove him to be charged with capital murder and was crying during his perp walk. You can cry during the perp walk, but you cannot cry for the victim that you wind up killing as a result of it. So shout out to Darius Miles for fumbling the bag. We appreciate you for making a Millionaire Morning Show